Hello friends, welcome back to Lomedics. This lecture is on white blood cells. What is white blood cell? White blood cells are defined as colorless or white color blood cells, that is white blood cell. It is also called as WBC or leukocyte. Leukocytes are the unit of bodies resistant to infection and disease. They are capable of amoeboid movement, which means the white blood cells squeeze and pass from the blood vessel to the site of infection. That movement is amoeboid movement. The overall function of WBC is to protect the body against microorganisms causing disease. The leukocyte, they are formed in the bone marrow and lymphocyte. In bone marrow, it formed from myeloid cell, and in lymph node, it formed from lymphoid cells. Now the classification of WBC. Two main groups are there. One is granular and another one is agranular. The granular cells are Neutrophil, Basophil and Eosinophil. Agranular cells are Monocyte and Lymphocyte. Now granular cells. Neutrophil, it is make up 60 to 70% of white blood cell. They are common type of WBC. The diameter of neutrophil is 10 to 12 micrometer. It is the second large cell in the WBC. The nucleus of neutrophil contain 2 to 5 lobes, which means multilobe. You can remember it like neutrophils has numerous lobes, and these lobes are connected by thin strand of chromatin, and the cytoplasm has very fine pale lilac granule. Now the function of neutrophil. It is a first line defense against infection. It functions as phagocyte, which means engulf the bacteria or foreign bodies. It destroys the bacteria by lysozyme, diffusion and strong oxidants such as superoxide, hydrogen peroxide. Now basophil. It makes up 0.5 to 1% of all white blood cells. The diameter of basophil is 8 to 10 micrometer. The nucleus contains 2 lobes, that is irregular shape or S shape or thimble shape. The cytoplasm contains core granules which takes up basophilic strain. Basophilic strain means in color. It remained in blood for short duration and later it migrates to tissues. Now the function of basophil. They are responsible for fighting bacterial and fungal infection. The basophil level is increased during bacterial and fungal infection. The basophil liberate heparin, histamine, serotonin and bradykinin. Heparin, it is an anticoagulant substance. It prevents the intravascular coagulation. Histamine, it produces allergic reaction. Serotonin and bradykinin participate in the inflammatory process. Eosinophil. It made up 2 to 4% of all white blood cells. The diameter of eosinophil is 10 to 12 micrometer. Its nucleus has 2 to 3 lobes, which means spectacle shape, or you can remember it like eosinophil has earphone shaped nucleus. The cytoplasm contains core granules and oval shape or in round shape. It takes up acid strain and appears orange colored with eosin. Eosin means purple color. The eosinophils function. Eosinophils are anti-allergic in function. If you have any allergy, it works against that allergy. So eosinophil level increase during allergic reaction, and it phagocytes the antigen and antibody complex. What is antigen and what is antibody? Antigen, it is a foreign substance. It may be bacteria or virus or any foreign structures. And then what is antibody? Antibody, it works against that foreign antigen. That is antibody. So the antigen and antibody complex is phagocyted by eosinophil, and it mediates the inflammation. If the inflammatory process is started by basophil, then the eosinophil controls the inflammatory process. The eosinophil count increase during parasitic infection, and they migrate towards the larvae of parasite, which means the baby parasite. It binds to it and destroy them by releasing hydrolytic enzyme, major protein and forming superoxides. Now the agranular leukocyte. Agranular leukocytes are monocyte and lymphocyte. Now the monocyte, it is made up of 3 to 8% of all white blood cells. They are very largest cells, which means it is the first largest cells. The second largest cell is neutrophil and eosinophils. The diameter of monocyte is 12 to 20 micrometer. The nucleus is kidney shape or in horseshoe shaped structure. The cytoplasm is pale blue on staining, and it do not contain granules. It is a agranular cell, right? So it does not contain granules. The lifespan of monocyte in blood is around 10 to 12 hours later, they are migrate to tissues. In tissue, they become larger in size and form the tissue macrophages. They remain in tissues for months to years. Now the functions of monocyte. Monocytes form the second line of defense against infection. Monocyte also the phagocyte. Phagocyte means it engulfs the foreign body antigen. The monocyte in blood right, that is immature cell. So they do not have full ability to fight against infection. But once they are entered into the tissue, they are converted into tissue macrophage. Monocyte in blood, macrophage in tissue. They are present in lung, liver and spleen, which enlarge to attain a size of about 80 micrometer. A single macrophage can digest around 100 bacteria. After the digestion, the digested particles are extruded out. They help to remove the dead cells. Now the lymphocyte. Lymphocyte make up 20 to 25% of all white blood cells. The nucleus is rounded or slightly indented, which means slightly inside. And the cytoplasm form a rim around the nucleus that look like sky blue. Each lymphocyte bears a receptor. They bind to specific antigen. A lock is opened with a single key, right? Likewise, the lymphocyte bears a receptor that binds to specific antigen. Structural wise, which means morphologically, the lymphocytes are two types. Small lymphocyte and large lymphocyte. Small lymphocyte diameter is 6 to 9 micrometer. They have a large nucleus. And large lymphocyte diameter is 10 to 14 micrometer. Not 1, 10 to 14 micrometer. In large lymphocyte, more cytoplasm is visible. Functionally, the lymphocytes are two types. They are T lymphocyte and B lymphocyte. T lymphocyte, it gives the cell-mediated immunity. B cell, it gives the antibody-mediated immunity. So, B cell, antibody. You can remember like this. This T cell sends the signal to another cell to destroy a infected cell. It gives the signal to another cell. So, it is cell-mediated immunity. But B cells are release the antibody and that antibody affect the antigen. So, the antibodies destroy the antigen. So, the B cell give the antibody-mediated immunity. Lymphocyte function. The lymphocyte involved in the immunity. So, overall function of lymphocyte is immunity. But T cell is cell-mediated, B cell is antibody-mediated immunity. T cell attack invading virus, cancer cells and transplanted tissue cells by sending the signal to another cell. T cells, they have 5 subtypes. They are cytotoxic T cell, helper T cell, memory T cell, suppressor T cell and natural killer cells. Cytotoxic T cell which destroy the infected cells. So, cytotoxic. Cyto means cell, toxic means infected cell. Helper T cell, it sends the signal to another cell, so that's why it prevents the infection. That is helper T cell. Memory T cell, if any antigen is coming to our body, that time we have fever and the T cell remembers the antigen. If again the antigen will come to our body, the memory T cell send the signal to B cell that antigen already came to our body and caused the fever. So you can destroy the antigen when it entered into our body. So the T cell memory is the antigen, right? So it is a memory T cell. And suppressor T cell, it suppresses the overall activity of our immunity. So if our body have high amount of immunity means it suppresses the activity of our immunity. Natural killer cell, it also destroys the infected cells like cytotoxic T cell. Cytotoxic T cell and natural killer cells are destroy the cells. But if someone send the signal to cytotoxic T cell, the cytotoxic T cell kill the infected cell. But the natural killer cell directly go and kill the cells. So the cytotoxic T cell mediated by someone, natural killer cell mediated by itself. B lymphocyte get transformed into plasma and then they form the immunoglobulin, which means antibody. They are responsible for humoral immunity, which means antibody mediated immunity. Wow! WBC overview. WBC means white blood cell. They are defined as white or colorless blood cells. It is also called as WBC and leukocyte. The function of leukocyte is to protect the body against microorganisms causing disease or any infections. They are classified into granular and agranular cells. Granular cells are neutrophil, basophil and eosinophil. Agranular cells are monocyte and lymphocytes. Overall function of leukocytes is antibody formation, fibroblast formation, phagocyte, they are neutrophil and monocyte, kill the tumor cells, that is T lymphocyte, basophil that prevent the intravascular clotting, and in allergic condition the eosinophil level is increased. So these are the function of leukocyte. Thanks for watching.